I'm making this video as a follow-up to the post that I put on my Facebook page. The one where I feature well, I didn't feature it, I didn't come up with the video. But on the video, there's this child, probably about 2 years old, that is riding the family does, riding sitting on top of the Rottweiler, either a Rottie or a Rottie mix. It's riding it, it's jumping on it, and the mom is just recording it.
Give a hug. Aww. Uh-oh.
I know your average dog trainer, your average, very dog savvy person will never allow this. When you know enough about dogs, when you know enough about body language in dogs, you tend not to subject your dogs to situations like that. This is something usually pet people will do. Average person, as angry as this makes us, we want to think, they're idiots, it's their fault. But in reality, if you think about it, it's not really their fault. They're not really doing it on purpose. They just don't know. They're ignorant, completely ignorant about it. I don't really say, well, just because you don't know, you're completely blameless. I get that ignorance is not an excuse. But at least if we look at it and go, they really don't know, then it kind of gives you a little bit of just a hair of compassion on these people, because they don't know. If they knew that by subjecting their dog to that kind of mistreatment by their child, if they knew that the possibility of that ending in their child getting bit really bad, they would probably not do that. Even if it's not for the sake of the dog, but even if it was for the sake of their child, that alone would prevent most people from doing something like that, from allowing this to happen. People who own dogs, people who own dogs and have kids, do them a huge favor and just let them know. Show them this video and let them know that a dog being jumped on, being grabbed on, being, cuddled up with or cuddled up to, that these things are not okay. Most dogs are not okay with that. And if you think, or if that person thinks, well, my dog is different, my dog actually likes it, you really don't know. And the subtleties in body language, or the signals in body language that tell you I don't like this, can be so subtle for some dogs that it's very easy for the untrained eye to see that as a signal of I don't like this. Dogs will give signals over and over and over and over. When they realize that these signals are not working, then they will use violence. They will growl. They'll give more clear signals. And sometimes they still won't even do that. They'll even bite. So we need to be very careful that we're not subjecting our children to that. And also, equally important, that we're not subjecting our dogs to that kind of treatment. Because ultimately, when you're holding the camera, when you're doing that, you physically have nothing to lose. You're not in danger physically. But when you let your child ride your dog, you're putting those two things in danger. You're putting your child in potential danger to get physically and emotionally scarred for life. And of course, the dog, if that happens, typically people immediately want to put the dog down. I've seen that happen. My wife has a friend who that happened. That's exactly what happened to two of her dogs. So let people know that this is not okay.